guys, it's Essentially Meg, and welcome back to my channel. So at the end of this week, I'm flying up to Wisconsin to visit one of my best friends, and I figured that I'd make this little pack with me video and show you a few things that I absolutely never travel without. So the first thing that I'm really thinking about whenever I'm packing is what bags am I going to use, because that is the space that I have available to fill. And I actually made a video all about the different kinds of bags that you can use when traveling and the pros and cons of each. You can check out the link up here in the corner or down below. And for this trip, it's going to be a short trip. It's just going to be for a long weekend, but it is getting pretty cold up in Wisconsin at this point in the year. So I will need to accommodate for maybe larger sweaters or a jacket or just more layers. Some airlines will really just allow you a personal item and then you have to pay for your first carry-on bag and then checked bags after that. United does this. And then there are others that will allow you a personal item and a carry-on, but you'll have to pay for your checked bags. And then others, like Southwest, will allow you a personal item, a carry-on, and 2 checked bags flying free with you. Now, I actually prefer Southwest because then I know that I don't have to worry about if I need to check my bag at the last minute or if I'm just a little bit overpacked. But I am going with United this time because Southwest doesn't fly up to Madison, unfortunately. There is a difference between a personal item and a carry-on. Personal item is supposed to be a purse or a smaller bag or anything that would fit underneath the seat in front of you whenever you're on an airline. You usually want to check with airlines, so go to their website and check out what dimensions they consider a personal item, a carry-on, and a checked bag. And the standards are different for carry-on sizes for Europe and for the United States as well. So keep an eye on that whenever you're thinking about traveling to Europe. But this is going to be a domestic flight, shouldn't be too big of a deal. So in my opinion, the personal item of choice would be a backpack. I've got this Nordace backpack. I've come to really love it, and it is perfect for every day going to and from work whenever we are working in person. And it's also a really great weekender kind of bag, especially if you're just doing overnight at somebody's place locally. And it works great as a personal item on flights because it fits really well underneath that seat in front of you. You're not taking up extra space in the above storage compartments, which on a full flight, that can lead to some confrontations. And then I'm also getting a rolling mini suitcase. Now, some people would say that that might be too many bags for a long weekend at a friend's, but like I said, I don't want to try and cram everything into a personal item, so I'm going to probably underpack each one of these and then just kind of split it out to the point where neither of them feels over full. And if it turns out that I end up buying anything while I'm up there with him, then I have plenty of room to put it back into my bags later. Now, as you can see, my cats enjoy watching me pack, so they'll probably pop in and out of this video. So yeah, that's the space that I have to work with. I have a backpack, I've got a carry-on suitcase, and I'm not going to be bringing a purse separately. It's probably going to be packed within my backpack because this is the personal item. So I won't have an extra personal item that I can carry on with me. Which means that I'll probably end up switching to a smaller purse for this trip just so that I'm not taking up too much space in this backpack. And now, the clothing. Whenever I think about what I need to pack, of course I gotta think about where am I going? What is the climate like? What am I planning on doing there? And something that helps me maximize the space that I have in my bags are packing cubes. I know I've teased packing cubes in previous videos about showing you how I pack with them, so I will be showing you that in this video, because I don't travel without packing cubes at this point. It doesn't matter if it's a short trip or a long trip, I always have my clothes in packing cubes because they are the easiest way for me to organize my space. When deciding what clothes I wanted to bring for this trip, I first consulted the weather and checked out what the max and minimum temperatures were going to be or the high or lows were going to be. And I thought about clothes that would work with multiple outfits. So like pairing a shirt with 2 different kinds of pairs of pants or shorts or whatever. And while the high is going to be in like the mid-50s while I'm there, I am bringing a pair or 2 of shorts just because we may just hang out inside his place for most of the day. So I don't want to bring just leggings and jeans. I do want to bring myself an option or two if I'm just going to be inside a nice warm place all day. And of course, not pictured here are the clothes that I will be wearing with me whenever I'm traveling. So you always kind of think about that extra, basically a bonus outfit. I actually did a video on what my opinions are on what you should be wearing to the airport, just for practical and comfortable reasons. So I will link that up above and down below if you're interested in checking that out. So enough talk, let's get packing. All right, so clothes are done. Now it's on to the non-clothing items. Of course, you've got to have your toiletries bag. I always keep it kind of stocked because most of this stuff doesn't really, have a short-term expiration date, and I like to use these little squeezy bottles for body wash and shampoo and conditioner. They're great. I have never had one break as far as like exploding, but a toiletry case will also help with that, if it ever happens. So have something that has like a clear plastic kind of container, and then you put your containers inside of that. And the good thing about these jelly ones is they're easy to squeeze and you can get every last drop out of them. And of course they're refillable and reusable. So I kind of have this whole bottom bit figured out. I've got dry shampoo, body wash, conditioner, shampoo, some face wash, some shave butter, a little pad that I use to wash my face, and an extra little bit of lotion. And then in this long skinny bit, I usually have my razor, and I also throw my toothbrush inside of its toothbrush container. Of course, the head of the toothbrush is away from the head of the razor, just for sanitary purposes. And then at the top I have a loofah and some makeup remover wipes. So this is pretty much good to go. I usually just grab some deodorant, not a big deal, hairbrush, and vitamins. Now the makeup I usually throw into as small of a makeup case as I can get it in because I don't want this to take up a ton of space. course, a mask. And then I usually like to bring a book and I like to bring my tablet. So that is just about everything that I throw into my bags. Let's get into the three items that I absolutely need are a refillable water bottle. So I have this one that is a hydro flask, and I really like it because it keeps cold water cold for quite a while. And you're not supposed to go through security with water in a water bottle. So don't buy a plastic water bottle and bring it with you to the airport, because they're just gonna have you throw it away or dump it out. But if you come to the airport with this empty, and then you show them that it's empty if they ask at the airport security line, then you can go inside the airport and they have a bunch of water fountains, refillable water stations in most airports that I've been in. So then you just open this up and you have nice, clean, filtered water, because those water fountains have filters already built in. And usually, hopefully, they are chilled water fountains. And this fits into the side pocket of my backpack perfectly. So I never leave without my water bottle. The second thing that I never travel without, I could say, are my packing cubes, because like I said, anytime that I'm going anywhere, even for this short weekend trip, I put my clothes in packing cubes because it just keeps me organized. I don't have to dig through a suitcase, and well, I mean, anytime that you dig through your suitcase, you're moving clothes around, which means that you're wrinkling them or unfolding them, unrolling them to get to the ones at the bottom. Whereas with this, you could lift it out and put it over to the side, and everything is nice and still folded, and nothing's been disturbed, and you can get to the other stuff down below. So packing cubes are probably number 2 on that list. And number 3 is I always have a plastic bag in my top compartment of my carry-on bag usually. It's not a bad idea to have one of these in your carry-on or personal item. You never know whenever you're gonna just need an extra bag. I mean, you could bring a tote bag. I like this one in particular, but I usually bring actually a quart-sized Ziploc bag and a plastic bag, because this can be used to hold trash, or it can be used to hold anything that you end up, if your suitcase, something explodes in your suitcase, then you can put it in there and it can dispose of it. So I have found this to be very helpful on multiple occasions. They're, you know, it's always better to reduce, reuse, recycle. So I don't throw away plastic bags. I use them around my house, and I try to reduce the number that I get from the grocery store, but this is definitely a good place for you to hold on to them. Last minute tip, don't forget your charger cord for your phone. It's actually, you know, fabulous whenever your phone and your tablet take the same charger, because then you only have to bring one. So that's definitely something that I think about whenever I'm buying a tablet or a phone. Is it compatible with the chargers that I already have, or am I gonna have to buy a few more? Now obviously this isn't actually the full packing of what I'm going to be doing later this week, because I'm going to have to pack the camera and the tripod, and maybe just a couple of other things, an extra jacket possibly or something like that. But this is basically the packing video. I might actually leave all the clothes packed just so that it's easy for me later this week. But back to you, Megan. Keep an eye out for my next video, where I'm going to show you what it's like to travel in times of pandemic. Well, I hope that you liked that video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe down below. And the question of the day is, tell me a cannot travel without it item for yourself. What is something that you have to have in your bag anytime that you're traveling? Like, other than the obvious, I physically can't travel without a document of ID, or I physically can't travel without having a backup change of clothes because obviously I'm going somewhere for more than 2 hours. Give me something like an object that you can't live without whenever you're traveling. If you leave that in the comments down below, I will respond, and hopefully we can come up with another list of these items, and maybe I can try some out in a future video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.